I go with Dillian Whyte. They're pulling off the massive upset. You know, we had that massive upset with Anthony Joshua. So it happens. Crazy stuff happens. And in the heavyweight division, when you think you got it all figured out, something crazy happens. So someone crazy is Dillian Whyte, and the fact that he's not interested in doing any promotion, all he wants to do is get in the ring and fight. I think that's a positive omen.
I'm excited for the fight. I think Dillian Whyte can win the fight, and obviously we're fully behind him. He knows what to do. He's a very experienced heavyweight. He's a very good fighter. He's got a good team around him, good training team. He's very fit, very strong. He's up against it. Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight in the world on paper right now, and he's very tricky, very awkward. And Dillian Whyte will probably be behind in the fight, but he has the ability to take Tyson Fury out. And sometimes you look at a fight and say, I just can't see how that fighter beats him. I can see him, visualise him knocking Tyson Fury out. But he's got to time it right, he's got to land it right, and, you know, anything can happen. Someone could be off, someone could be on. You know, there's going to be a lot of controversy next week. There's going to be a lot of hype. There's going to be a lot of testosterone flying around. So we'll see how people handle it.
Tyson Fury to win late. Yeah, I'd say round 10 to 12, Fury.
And we need to kind of get it upset. So let him concentrate, do what he needs to do, and then on April the 23rd, you know, he's going to shock the world, man, and we're going to try and ring some bells. Hopefully that'll be Tyson's head, his neck.
I think it's because he was so happy with Frank Warren singing that he thought he should do a post. So, no, it's good. It's a real good, it's a good sign, and there was never, like we've always said, there was never any question the fight happened, but there was a lot of things I'm sure they were working through. And look, it's a massive fight, it's a great fight, and I think Dillian Whyte goes in there and does the business.
Wow, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I mean, a part of me does edge towards Dillian Whyte, but at the same time, you can't look past Tyson Fury and how good his boxing ability is and just how good of a boxer he is. So we'll soon find out. All questions will be answered, mate. Tune in. As I say, to Box Socials, I get more of your answers.
I think it's going to be a great fight. Dillian is very tough as they come, prepared, ready, game, strong. You know, got power in his left hook. I think they have history. I mean, they've been sparring partners. They've trained alongside each other. But I think ultimately that Tyson will finish him off before round 6. I'm not saying Dillian's not good at that, but I think he'll catch him.
It was an up and down, you know, barnstormer, brilliant to watch. But I think if he goes back a little bit to the old Tyson, you know, just, you know, box him, let the storm blow itself out a little bit, and then put his foot on the gas down the home straight, I think he could probably stop Dillian. But I mean, if he goes in the trenches deep a little bit early, I mean, Tyson shows a great chin. He keeps getting up, but one day that day will come where you don't get up, and that's what I worry for me, mate. But I'd say Tyson. I just hope they get signed, and it'll be one of the biggest heavyweight fights since Luis Bruno, won't it?
Yeah, 100%, if not earlier. I believe Tyson ends this fight whenever he wants to end the fight. You know, this is Tyson's night, and he's going to make this fight go whichever way he wants.
I'd have rather seen him at the press conference doing the presser, because this is a great fight, and a fight that he can win, by the way. I've got Fury as probably as a favourite because of his height and reach and his boxing ability, but don't write Dillian Whyte off. What a fantastic fighter. He can punch, he means business, he's waited his time long enough, so he should get involved and turn up to the presser and get involved in promoting it and give us more. He's given us a little bit the other day, and he's shouting line down the camera, and he looks like he means business. He looks fit and strong, and
I wouldn't be surprised if Whyte did win. But there's going to be some adversity. It's a good fight. It's a good fight. I don't know if it's going to be a fight.
I can't get a prediction from you, or can I push it?
I can't. I've honestly got to sit on the fence, because it depends on Fury's approach. If Fury comes to fight or comes to be crafty and box and, you know, frustrate Dillian. You know, but then Dillian ain't been playing out of the mind games, so it's a really hard one. I've got to sit on the fence, but you would lean more towards Fury. You would, based on the last few performances. But then I wouldn't be surprised if Whyte won.
Listen, Tyson Fury is one of my favorite boxers. I think he's one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. And so I'm rooting for Tyson. I don't really know much about Dillian, but Tyson's not losing. I'm rooting for him all the way. I think he has the skills to do it, and yeah, that's it. I'm Team Tyson.
Again, I have Tyson Fury favourite. It's very hard to bet against a man that's never been beaten. He showed he's so versatile in the way that he can approach a fight on the front foot, on the back foot. He's believing in his size and power, and he's getting that into play. Well, if the last fight's anything to go by, he certainly is. So, look, I imagine Dillian Whyte getting to centre ring, trying to push Tyson Fury back. Then it's how Fury opts to approach the fight. Does he look to mix fire with fire? I don't think he will. I think he's too intelligent to do that. Because let's get it right. I think the only chance that Dillian Whyte has is to try and land a big shot, preferably that left hook. It's going to be very difficult though, because he's so slick for a big guy, Fury. So I imagine Fury at the centre ring, maybe moving around a little semicircle and trying to frustrate and annoy Dillian Whyte and go through the gears as the fight goes along. But I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, Fury's the best in the world, but Whyte's still got a chance. You know, anything can happen in boxing. So, yeah.
Fury likes to box pretty. He likes to box and move and keep on his toes and keep that movement going, where Dill needs to close that gap, keep close to him and just rip them body shots in, and they'll pay dividends later down the line.
I think we're going to see Tyson with that new Kronk style is to go for the knockout. So I hope we see more of that for the fans. We want to watch that. And I think he's going to have to, because Dillian Whyte's not going to get involved in the boxing match. He's going to go for a tear-up. That might play into Tyson Fury's hand a bit. But I think the best Tyson Fury we've seen is the most recent one, who's boxed aggressively, who's taken care of what he's doing, but he's going for the knockout, which is great.
Dillian needs to, he's very strong, as we know, strong individual. He needs to get on the inside as quick as he can. He needs to get on the inside as quick as he can and drag Tyson Fury into a bit of a dogfight. That's what he needs to do. Yeah, manhandle, nick stuff on the inside. But obviously he's dangerous at mid-range as well, Dillian. He's clever. But it's a tough fight for him as well.
I won't be surprised. Yeah, I won't be surprised at all. I think I'm going to be big pricey on that. And I believe I wouldn't be surprised. I've said all along, I wouldn't be surprised if he lands something big. And even I wouldn't be surprised even buzzes Tyson, but I expect Tyson to come through it and I to get the stoppage at some point. I've said it for a long time about a fit and focused Tyson Fury, where I think he's the best heavyweight on the planet. It's just it's the excitement late there. Obviously, you don't. And again, with Tyson, you don't know that Wilder, the last Wilder fight. That's about him. It was an unbelievable slugfest, wasn't it? But I listen. One punch can change it all, especially at heavyweight boxing. So you never know. But I'd be surprised if Tyson doesn't do it.